It has been more than 18 months since COVID-19 has been on our shores, and many of us thought it would have been over by now, but instead, we're now facing the third wave of this pandemic. Mentally and emotionally, it's been very hard on everybody. So we've invited clinical psychologist and coach, Dr. Suzanne Rattigan, to help talk through coping with the situation and how to remain positive as we navigate. Dr. Rattigan, morning to you. Thank you for being here with us this morning.
Good morning, Simone. Thank you for having me.
How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing fine. I'm doing great, actually.
I'm sure
How are you?
You're busy, right?
Oh, yes, I am very busy.
Yeah, a lot of folks in your business have seen an uptick in business during this time of year, which tells you that
people are stressed, that they're struggling, and that they're looking for some reassurance about the way forward.
Yeah. And what are they telling you about why what are the stressors? We know COVID is the main stressor, but what are you hearing from the people that you work with?
Well, I'd say COVID is it's a blanket stressor in addition to everything else that they're experiencing. And a lot of things that are happening in their families and with their children as a result of experiencing COVID.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily have anybody coming to say, COVID is the problem. It's really challenges in their relationships.
Spawned
their children.
Spawned by COVID.
Spawned by COVID, right.
So more people spending more time together.
Definitely.
Schools being displaced and studies online, and parents becoming teachers and monitors, and while juggling their own work from home arrangements. So
definitely,
all of that has done a number. You say that panic is not going to help, so we just have to take care of ourselves the best way we know how and remain optimistic that there will be a time when this will be over. And that sounds great, Doc. But how do you do that in real terms? When you're in this mired situation every day and you see numbers rising and people dying, and one time it was somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody until it comes closer to you, how do you not panic in that situation? And how do you remain positive in that situation?
Okay. Well, I think, first of all, just understanding that we have a choice, right? There's always a choice to either choose to be upset or to choose to panic or to choose to remain, I'd say, steady, right? A lot of people have to pull on their faith first and foremost, since a lot of Jamaicans are Christians. So we have to pull on their faith to understand that very little of what we knew was really under our control. And so this is also not under control, that we can do the best that we can to control the things that we can. But for the things that we can't, we just have to have faith that things are going to work out. And they will, because historically and statistically, it has been shown that no pandemic has lasted forever. So we know for a fact that this will come to an end. And so we have to constantly remind ourselves of that as we go through our day and things keep popping up and people are dying, that this will end. And right now, our best bet is to pull on our resilience. So our faith and our resilience. We are resilient people. Humans by nature are flexible, right? And we can bounce back and we can pull on internal strength. And if we are able to do that, then we can continue to go. But then also, there's always something to be grateful for. So if we can be grateful for the things that we have, even though a lot of things are uncertain right now and a lot of things have been threatened and we've lost a lot. But if we can just pull on what we're grateful for, what we still have, then we can begin to remain optimistic. And then in our daily lives, that we can choose things to maintain a positive attitude about, right? So make some time for ourselves where we're engaging in things, small things that bring us joy, that brings a little bit of joy. So if we're able to do that again, then it just builds, and almost a snowball of peace can exist in our lives.
You say choose, and there are many people who are saying, I don't know how to choose because what I'm feeling is an involuntary reaction. I'm worried, I'm anxious. I'm not trying to be worried. Obviously, if I could choose, Doc, I wouldn't choose worry. I wouldn't choose panic. I wouldn't choose anxiety. So how do I choose that?
Okay. Well, also, I think, again, it's important for our mindsets to remember that we do have a choice, even though it doesn't feel like that. And even though in our body we're feeling panic, right? So we can choose how we respond to this. One of the easiest ways is to take a deep breath. It seems really, really simple as I say it, and people underestimate the importance of that. But when we're in a state like this, and a climate of panic and uncertainty, our body goes into fight and flight mode, right? We feel threatened, and we've been in this for so long that we're in a chronic stress state right now. So our body feels constantly threatened, and we're always searching our environment for more threats. And we don't really have to look far, because the news tells us all the time, right? And we're hearing about who's dying. But if we just take a deep breath, it sends a message to our brain and to our bodies that we're safe, right? And what we know for a fact, unless something is happening, that we are safe to the extent that we can be, right? So just breathe through it. And once we breathe through it, it'll send that signal, and then our bodies will respond physiologically to what we're saying, right? And then after we choose to calm down, then we can remind ourselves of all the other things.
Yeah. So just find a little space. I suspect you're going to need more than one deep breath.
Definitely.
Several.
Definitely. Oh, yeah. Right.
And one more thing I'd ask you about before we wrap, because we have to go, is the art of being intentional about what you have in your space at this point in time. Because social media, for example, the news, what you read will send you into a real tailspin. So this is a good time to curate your space, right, Doc?
Definitely, right. And nurture your soul in this time, right? So cut down on the bad news, cut down on the discussion about who died and when they died and how long it's been, right? And pour intentionally into your life. So listen to things that are positive, listen to things that are soothing and calming. Spend time with your friends, catch up, talk about happy memories that you have, places that you'd like to go. Begin to create a vision for what life will be like when this is over, because it will be over. So all the places you want to go, all the restaurants you want to go eat again, all the events you want to gather your friends and your family together for. So create something to look forward to.
Yeah. Thanks, Doc. Appreciate your tips this morning. Gratitude, resilience, positivity, choice are the key takeaways that I got from you, and being intentional. Thank you for sharing them with us this morning, Dr. Suzée Rattigan, clinical psychologist and coach.